Okay, hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today, I am going to be reading chapter 11 to chapter, let's go with to chapter 15 with this, of the Diary series. So, let's just start up and start with reading it. Augustine's point of view. I sighed as I saw Zara asleep peacefully on my bed when I returned from hunting. I smiled and put the food away so it wouldn't get old and moldy. I sat down beside Nazar, smiling. He was so cute and he didn't even know it. There was something that pulled me to him when we first met, and I don't know what it was. Maybe I'll find out someday. Someday. Question marks, point of view. Sir, we failed to capture that boy again, one of my guards said. I growled a bit, but sighed. When are you going to be able to fucking find him? I asked them. We do not know, but we're trying our best, she responded. Find him soon. I need to have a talk to him about who he is, I said. She nodded, then left the room. I sighed again and went to my sleeping quarters. That boy doesn't know what he's capable of yet, and it's bad that he doesn't, for me and the rest of the world. Sir? I heard a guard say after knocking on my door. Come in. What is it? I asked. What was the boy's name? He asked. That will remain a secret, I said. But sir, you told us once before, he said. I know, but I'm getting old and I forgot his name, I lied. My guard nodded, then left the room. I laid down and decided I'd take a nap. I fell asleep ever so lovely. Someday. Augustine's point of view. I kept hearing myself say the word someday. I said to myself, I don't know why I was myself echoing. Why I heard myself echoing. It was so weird. But I let it slide. Something strange is going to happen in the future and I don't want Zara to get hurt. Chapter 12. Leilani's point of view. I was over at the lady's house that I met earlier, and she took care of me. What's your name, miss? I asked her. My name? I honestly don't know my name. I've gone 24 years not knowing my name, she said. I frowned a bit. Do you have a nickname? I asked. My nickname is Luna, she said. I nodded. My name is Leilani. I said, that's a beautiful name, she replied. I blushed softly, but smiled. Thanks, I was feeling really tired. I think it was from all the crying I did, and the running and walking. Mommy, I'll lead you to my room, and you can sleep in my bed, she said. I nodded and followed her to her room. I laid down in her bed and fell asleep softly. Luna's point of view. I feel bad for lying to her about my name, but I had to for my boss's sake. I walked out of the room and sat down by my crystal ball, which I used to talk to my boss. Oh hey, how's your mission going? Did you get the girl? He asked. Yes, I did. She's asleep in my room right now, I said. He smiled. Amazing. This is going so well, at least for your part. The guards can't seem to catch that boy, I said. I see. I said, you're doing great. Keep up the good work. And you can tell her the truth about where Lucinda is, Alexandria, he said. I nodded and then turned off the call. I then went to the couch and laid down, falling asleep peacefully. Nazar's point of view. I woke up early in the morning and I got up. I went walking for a bit. I didn't want to wake up Augustine. I walked to the nearby lake and looked into the water. The lake was beautiful, but it felt different. I gently touched the water and instantly felt pain. Is the water in pain? I don't know. I touched a tree and felt loneliness. Can I feel what nature feels? I asked myself, thinking. Chapter 13. Nazar's point of view. A few weeks later. I went back to that same lake and touched the water again. It felt happy, but weary of the surroundings. I had my pocket knife with me, and I was ready to defend myself if I have to. Touched one of the trees and felt like I was at home. Not pregnant, I noticed because my stomach hasn't shown any change at all. I looked out into the lake, and I saw something in the fog. It looked like a silhouette of someone, but then it was gone. I sighed and got up from where I was sitting and I walked to the town that everyone else was at. I decided I would go see Lei since I haven't seen her in a few days. I went to her house and knocked on the door. No response. I knocked again. Still no response. Now I'm starting to get worried. Tried to open the door, but it wouldn't budge. I sighed and walked away from her house. Where could she be? I asked myself, are you looking for the girl that lives here? A man asked. Yes, she's my best friend. I said, she's out with her friend Alan. He explains, oh, okay. Do you know where they are? I asked. He nodded slightly. They are out at the park. You young folk are crazy. He said, oh, she doesn't like guys like that. I said, but thank you for the help. I said, then walked away. The dude nodded, then went and minded his own business. I went to the park he directed me to, and I saw them. Hey! I yelled to her. She saw me and ran to me, hugging me tightly. Nazar! She squeals. I smiled happily. How are you doing today? I asked. I'm doing fine. How about you? She asked. I'm doing well. I'm not pregnant at all, which is good, said. She nodded. Later. I went back home and I saw Augustine just in his boxers cooking something to eat. I hugged him from behind and he smiled. Hey, darling, he said. I smiled back. He said, smiling. I smiled back. Hey, love. Chapter 14. Leilani's point of view. Back when her and Zara were kids in the home village of Kadala. It's a weird name, I know, but that's the name I thought of. Kadala. But let's just continue on with reading it. I wanted a town with Nazar and his family since I didn't really have a family. My parents both died when I was 3, and I met Nazar when I was 4. Nazar's family lets me live there and treat me like I'm their daughter. I looked at the well that we had in the middle of the village, thinking, you okay, Lei? Serena asked. That's Nazar's mom's name. Just thinking. I asked. I changed that name from Serena to, Evangeline. Not Evangeline, but, Evelyn. Changed it to Evelyn. Just because I thought it was a lovely name instead of Serena. But let's just continue on. Just thinking, I said. I'm 8 years old. Nazar is the same age. She nodded to me and we continued our walk. This town is a special town. Everyone here has a gift, as you can say. It's so amazing here. I don't think anything bad could ever happen here. We went home after a few hours later, and me and Nazar went to our room. Yes, we share a room. I laid in my bed and I decided to take a nap. Present day. Looking back on when me and Nazar were kids makes me cry sometimes. I miss those times. They were simpler. I heard a knock on my door and went to see who it was. I opened the door and there was a letter on the ground. I picked it up. I don't remember ordering anything or writing a letter to anyone. I said to myself. I went back inside and opened the letter. I read it. Dear Leilani, me and my associates would like to see you and your friend Nazar back in Halimoria region. We would be pleased to have you. I know you're probably wondering what my name is, but that is saved for when we meet. Sincerely, unknown. That's my home region. That's all the way across the world. We'll need a boat, and it would take us a few years to get there. I need to give Nazar this. Yeah, my mom actually helped me with coming up with a name for the town that they grew up in. So, thought I would, let you guys know that. Alright, chapter 15. And this is where I'll probably stop. Or I might continue on. Do you guys want me to continue on? I think I should continue on for you guys. Read up until chapter... let's go to chapter 20 with this. Alright, but let's just continue. Nazar's point of view, the next day. Milani came over to Augustine's cave and we talked about the letter she received. What? You don't even know who sent the letter? How can we trust this? I said. I know, but they talked about our home. Let's just try to figure it out. I know they did, but I'm worried about this. I said. I don't trust this at all. I said with a soft sigh. Augustine nodded. Our animal senses were tingling about this. We both didn't trust it. Please, let us just try. The nearest village with a boat that could take us there is in the capital of the region, they said. We'll try, but we need to get packed. It's going to be a long ways to the capital, I said. She nodded and left. After a week, we were ready for our trip. One of her friends lended us 3 horses so we could travel a lot quicker. We started our trip talking the whole way to Alamo Village. No, it's not in the Alamo. That's just its name. As I was dreaming that night, I was looking into the lake and saw that black figure again. You're not normal, is what it said. What do you mean? I asked it. You'll find out. I'm not spoiling anything. Just know I'll be watching you through this journey, the figure said. Then it disappeared. In the morning, I woke up confused and I didn't know what to do about what that dream meant. After we ate breakfast, we ran into someone. Hey, can I join you guys? I'm heading to the capital too, the man said. Really? Well, I guess you could come with us, Leah said. Thanks. My name's Messiah, but you can call me Jeff. That's what my friends call me, he said. We nodded, then continued our trip. Chapter 16. Question mark's point of view. 5 weeks later. The plan is working so well. They are coming straight into my trap. Though that werewolf's that's with them is going to get very annoying. I need to find a way to get rid of him. Not kill him. Just keep him away from them. Why don't you just kidnap the werewolf like you did? I could do that. Fake his death and take him away. Thanks, Lewis. I said. Lewis nodded. No problem, but who are we going to send to get him? He asked. Our shapeshifter, I replied. Lewis nodded, then walked away. I sighed and called up my shapeshifter. Alexis, I said. We use portals to communicate. Yeah, boss? Yes, boss? She asked. I told her who I need her to kidnap. Alright, got it. Any special place in the jail cells you want me to place him? She asked. Place him in a comfortable one like you did that girl. Both will be needed when Zara gets here, I said. She nodded and I ended the call. I sighed and went back to watching my plan go by for my crystal ball. This is going to be so much fun for them. Soon he'll know the truth of who he is and who I am. Augustine's point of view. Later that night, I woke up to seeing quote-unquote Nazar looking at me. Come with me. I have something to show you, he said. I got up and followed him. When we were away from everyone else, I felt something hit me really hard. Sorry to trick you, kid, but my boss ordered me to. I looked up at the person and saw that it was actually a girl. I then blacked out. Alexis's point of view. I carried Augustine back to the jail cell that was comfortable and closed the door. His werewolf powers don't work here. I sighed and looked over at our other special prisoner. You know people are lying about you. I said to her, yes, I know it. It hurts me that they are lying to my lover. She said, there are people that work for my boss. It's all part of his plan. I said, heading to the door. Wait, what's his plan? She yelled. Can't say. I said, then walked away. Chapter 17. Zara's point of view. Weeks later, after Augustine was kidnapped. We've been so worried about Augustine. He just disappeared one night. We haven't even seen him since. It's really worried me the most since I'm his boyfriend. We've gone at least a quarter of the way to the capital, stopping at every village to get supplies and rest up, as well as on the way we take breaks. I sighed thinking as we traveled. Where is he? I thought. Something doesn't feel right about any of this. But I'm doing this whole trip for Lay. As we stopped in each town we came to, I asked around for Augustine, but no one said they saw him. I miss him really badly. Augustine's point of view. I woke up inside of a cell and a woman in the one across from me. Hi? I said to her. Hi, she replied. Do you know where we are? I asked. No, not really, but I know we're in a cell room, obviously. She said. I nodded. What's your name? Lucinda. She said. I've heard that name. Wasn't your girlfriend's name Leilani? I asked. Her eyes widened. She nodded. You know her? She asked. Yes, I'm dating Zara, her best friend. I said. Oh, it seems like you two are getting along, a man said. Where are you and why are you here? Why are we here? I yelled. That's for me to know, and I can't say because we are being watched. He said, by who? There's no one here, I said. Them. He said, looking into the sky. I just guessed he was looking at the sky. I didn't really know. Where's Nazar? I asked. He's safe. I don't have him here. Why would I? It's too early in the story for that. He said, then disappeared. Chapter 18. Augustine's point of view. A year later. I've been shown that Nazar was okay and even told, but I don't fully believe the people that have imprisoned me here. That have imprisoned me. I want to see him. I really do. They're not even a quarter of the way there to the capital. Please, Nazar, be okay. I don't want anything to happen to my Maximiliano. Question mark's point of view. He's going to know the truth. He's going to know who he truly is soon. I thought that werewolf can't use his powers here, much like the witch. Both are powerless inside this place. I heard a ring come from the portal to the Garden of Hope. I answered the call and saw that it was my wife, my deceased wife. Darling, it's been some time. I said in a soft voice. It has. How far are they? She asked. Not even a quarter of the way. About 1/16 of the way. 1/16 of the way. I said. She nodded softly. Even if she's a spirit now, she's still as beautiful as the day I met her. Are you going to bring him there once you can? She asked. Yes, I am. And I'm going to explain to him everything. So I gently put my hand on the portal. I can't pass through because of what I am. She put her hand against mine on the other side of the portal. She can't pass through either. I miss you so very much, I said softly, a small tear coming from my eye. I miss you too, very, very much. She said. Then I heard some of my guards knock on my door. I have to go, my love. I said. Okay, I'll see you later. I'll be waiting for you. She said, smiling. I nodded, smiling, and ended the call. Come in, I said to the guards. They walked in, looking at me. Chapter 19. Nazar's point of view. A quarter of the way from the capital. We finally made it a quarter of the way to the capital. This region is so big, it's not even funny. Zara, are you okay? Leigh asked me. Yes, just worried. I said, still worried about Augustine? She asked. I nodded. I'm sure he's okay, Messiah said. I hope he is. I said, softly. Then I heard a voice. You'll love it, it's just fine. I promise you that, kid. The voice said. I don't trust that voice, but it sounds familiar, like someone I know. I can't put my finger on it. It sounded like my dad, but... It sounded like my dad in a way, but it was kind of creepy. Like, it was smooth like my dad's, but it was also raspy. Later that night, in Zara's dream, I woke up in a strange room with a TV in it. I looked around the room to see if there was a way out of it. There wasn't a way out of the room, so I decided to turn on the TV. I saw what happened that day when my hometown was destroyed. Run, my children, run! My mom yelled when she told me and Leigh to run. Then I saw a door appear on the left side of the wall. The figure walked in through the door, then the door disappeared. I started backing away from the figure. Child, I'm not here to hurt you. The figure said, how am I supposed to trust you? said to it. The figure came closer. Trust me, if I wanted to hurt you, I would have killed you when you were born. Now, I have to leave this here. Can't let them know what's going on, it said. Then I woke up. End of the dream. I woke up in a fright. I panted softly as I looked up and saw that it was sunrise. I sighed softly. It was just a dream. I hope. And I'm going to read chapter 20, and right after chapter 20, I'm going to stop. So let's just continue. Chapter 20. Leilani's point of view, half of the way to the capital. Yes, I'm doing time skips because I don't want to bore you guys. So let's just continue. Zara's been acting weird lately. He's been really on edge, and it worries me. Hey Zara, are you okay? I asked him when we were in our inn room. Yeah, I'm okay. Just been thinking about something. A dream I had months ago. He replied. Want to tell me about it? I asked. Yeah. He said softly. Then he told me about the dream. I see. Said softly. Someone is trying to get to us, but I don't know why or for what. He said. I nodded softly. Let's try not to think about it. I'm sure we're going to be okay, and we'll find Augustine. I said, smiling. He smiled a bit. Thanks for the bit of hope, he said. Really think that's going to give him hope? Heard her say. Yes, I really think so. Now leave me alone, I cursed at her. The hope won't last long, and you know that. Such a stubborn girl you are. She said. I growled internally, but ignored her. Later that night, Zara's point of view. Dream. I told you that those powers were not given to you, the figure said. I know, but I don't think of them as a gift, I said. Then don't, just accept them. Said. I figured out that I was a man. Hope. That's what's keeping me going. Hope is keeping you going? That's good. I'm sure your mother would be proud of you going so much. He said. How do you know who my mom is? Max, I can't say. It would spoil the story for them. He said. I sighed and nodded. Who is this them you speak of? I asked. We're being watched, but you don't notice who they are, he said. Then I woke up. Alright, well, that's going to end today's video. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I noticed that YouTube does not like my videos because, you know, they have curse words in them. But do I give a flying fuck? No, I do not. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And also, you guys are going to hear a lot, and I mean a lot, of fourth wall breaking in this story. And also in the series in general. You're going to hear a lot of fourth wall breaking. So, I'm just going to say this. Enjoy the fourth wall breaking. And you outcasts have a lovely day and the rest of the week. I will see you all tomorrow in the next video. Bye-bye!